Hey everybody, it's me, Katrina, and I'm here with some Bible controversy that I've been really contemplating. I grew up in the church. I'm 40 years old. I've been walking with Jesus since I was in the single digits, and I've been to many churches across the United States of America and a couple across the world, and I've never ever heard a preacher or anybody actually talked about how Esther got turned in because Queen Vashti did not turn out for her man. And there's a lot of ideas around hierarchy and order in the religious realm. And I'm just, I've always thought it was interesting that, so Queen Vashti's man, the king, was really feeling in good spirits. In fact, according to Esther chapter 1, verse 10, on the seventh day when King Xerxes was high in spirits from wine, he commanded the 7 eunuchs who served him, Mehuman, Biztha, Harbona, Bigtha, Abagtha, Zethar, and Carcass, to bring before him Queen Vashti wearing her royal crown, in order to display her beauty to the people and nobles, for she was lovely to look at. He wanted that queen to be juicy, luscious, and looked at, okay? But when the attendants delivered the king's command, Queen Vashti refused to come. Then the king became furious and burned with anger. She wasn't out there to strut it. Notice they don't talk about her wearing anything else besides her crown, by the way. So we could assume how much he wanted her to show. And this is all before Esther. This is who and why Esther got replaced. And if you think about who Esther married. I mean, she was with a man who wanted to turn her out. He wanted to turn his first wife out, a royal wife, to be turned out to just everybody else in his court. That's what he wanted. And that's who Esther became the wife of, that type of king. So back to the Bible, chapter 1, verse 13, since it was customary for the king to consult experts in matters of law and justice, he spoke with the wise men who understood the times and were closest to the king: Karshina, Shethar, Admatha, Tarshish, Meres, Marsina, and Memucan, the 7 nobles of Persia, and Media, who had special access to the king and were highest in the kingdom. According to law, what must be done to Queen Vashti, he asked. She has not obeyed the command of King Xerxes that the eunuchs have taken to her. Then Memucan replied in the presence of the king and nobles, Queen Vashti has done wrong, not only against the king, but also against all the nobles and the peoples of all the provinces of King Xerxes. For the queen's conduct will become known to all the women, as they will despise their husbands and say, King Xerxes commanded Queen Vashti to be brought before him, but she would not come. This very day the Persians and Median women of the nobility who have heard about the queen's conduct will respond to all the king's nobles in the same way. There will be no end of disrespect and discord. So this is the man who wanted access. He wanted to show off her beauty. And the very same when we celebrate Esther for what she did for the Jewish people. But just remember, who, yes, baby, who she was married to. This guy sounds like a jerk. And at the same time, also women in the church might be like, well, submit to your husbands. Does that mean that you're going to submit to your husband when he's telling you to prance around naked in front of a bunch of men? Maybe the first wife wasn't so bad. Maybe she was a really chaste woman with a really perverted guy. And then poor Esther had to step in. No wonder she had so much at stake. But anyways, just a little juicy part of your Bible to think about. Maybe the first wife wasn't the bad one. Maybe she had conviction and her husband was insane. So check out the book of Esther. It's interesting.